When a piece of heavy industrial machinery violently seizes, the instinct is to look at the motor or the gears. But often, the true point of failure is hidden inside a buzzing control panel, where a single malfunctioning switch prevents the entire system from running. Resolving these control circuit failures requires a strict, methodical approach. You cannot simply pull a component off the DIN rail and install a replacement. You must track down the exact mechanical or electrical root cause first. This is a standard single-pull, single-throw relay. These light-duty electromagnetic switches control small, single-phase motors, heaters, or timers in a circuit. Compare that relay to this NEMA Size 1 contactor. Contactors operate on the same electromagnetic principles, but their components are engineered to switch massive currents for heavy-duty, high-horsepower loads across multi-phase terminals like L1, L2, and L3. Step 1 in any diagnostic process is safety. Before you open a casing or touch a terminal, you must apply appropriate lockout, tagout devices and verify zero voltage using a properly rated multimeter. Correctly identifying whether you are dealing with a light-duty relay or a heavy-duty contactor, and isolating the hazardous energy feeding it are the absolute prerequisites. Only when the panel is completely dead can the real diagnostic work begin. The most common failure is a contactor that refuses to engage or pull in when it receives a start command. With the power safely off, perform a manual test. Press directly down on the armature to feel for mechanical resistance. This troubleshooting matrix outlines the specific mechanical failures to look for. If the armature feels stiff, the chart links a failure to pull in directly to physical binding caused by a deformed or dummy hinge. Over time, oil, dust, and atmospheric moisture form a heavy sludge. You can clear this by applying a specialized electrical degreaser to carefully dissolve the deposits trapped between the armature and the pull face. However, if the mechanism moves smoothly under manual pressure, the chart instructs us to shift to electrical testing. The issue is likely an open operating coil or a broken, disconnected lead wire preventing the magnetic field from forming. Diagnosing a failure to pull in relies on this specific order of operations. Verify the physical path is clear of obstructions before you spend time testing the electrical continuity of the coil. The opposite symptom is far more dangerous. When a control signal is removed but the contactor remains locked shut, the connected load continues running uncontrollably. Under failure to drop out, the primary culprit is that same adhesive gummy buildup trapping the mechanism. Continuing down, we find mechanical failures, degraded internal armature springs, or the unit was mistakenly mounted upside down. To fix this, adjust or replace the weakened springs. Then verify the physical orientation of the device. Contactors rely heavily on gravity to help break the magnetic seal when power is cut. A mechanism failing to drop out rarely points to an electrical glitch. It is almost entirely a failure of physical geometry or spring tension, trapping hazardous energy in the circuit. Sometimes a control circuit will pass both the mechanical and coil tests. The contactor audibly clicks shut, but the connected equipment remains completely lifeless. The troubleshooting chart points us to the micro level of the components. A failure of the equipment to start with the contactor closed indicates that the internal contacts themselves are burned. Light surface oxidation can be addressed with routine maintenance. You can use a fine emery cloth to lightly burnish the contacts, carefully removing the carbon buildup without scraping away the conductive silver plating. There is a strict limit to this repair. As the chart notes, if the contacts are deeply pitted, discolored from extreme heat, or welded together due to an overload, they cannot be salvaged. Total replacement is mandatory. Mechanical closure guarantees nothing if the electrical path is destroyed. The surface integrity of those contact points dictates whether power actually flows to the machine. Long before a contactor completely fails, it provides auditory warnings. Excessive chatter or a loud, aggressive humming sound indicates that the magnetic field is struggling to fully engage the armature. The diagnostic matrix lists excessive chatter or hum as a key symptom. Before opening the device, check the surrounding environment. Heavy vibration from adjacent machinery can shake the relay and disrupt its internal magnetic seal. Moving further down the chart for the same symptom, we look inside the housing. If parts are deformed or dirt has settled on the pull faces, the armature cannot lay completely flat against the magnet. If debris creates a millimeter gap, the alternating current makes those metal components violently vibrate against each other instead of locking tight. The repair requires disassembling the core and meticulously cleaning the mating surfaces. Every speck of dirt must be removed so the armature can seat perfectly flush against the pull face. You also need to inspect the armature springs. If a previous technician installed springs that are too strong, they will constantly fight the magnetic pull of the coil, causing the exact same chattering effect. An audible hum is a symptom of physical misalignment. If ignored, the high-frequency friction will overheat and destroy the operating coil. Once the physical obstructions are cleared and the components are verified, it's time for the final safety checks. Secure the panel door, remove the lockout tags, and cautiously re-energize the control circuit. Press the start button. You should see the immediate restoration of power, with heavy machinery smoothly spinning up to full operational speed without hesitation. Listen closely to the panel. A perfect repair has distinct markers. You should hear a single crisp click as the contactor engages, followed by absolute silence with zero residual hum. Monitor the system over the next few cycles. If you installed new contacts and they begin to pit rapidly shortly after the repair, the switch isn't the problem. You have a deeper current overload issue in the system that must be addressed. Working through a symptom-based matrix prevents you from guessing. By isolating the exact mechanical or electrical fault, you secure the reliable, long-term safety of the entire control circuit.